You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. We're going to be joined on the phone. We're going to be talking now about how businesses across the UK are admitting to their internet dependency. Firstly, thank you very much for joining us. If you could just sort of introduce yourself to our listeners and tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm Paul Routledge and I'm business manager at D-Link.
I was hoping you could start off by telling us a little bit more about the research and what it's revealed about businesses in our area here on the island.
Yeah, sure. So the recent survey conducted by D-Link shows that 52% of senior decision makers on the Isles of Sheppey and the surrounding areas say that they'd lose customers if they lost internet connection. And that's slightly higher. Across the UK, the average was 47%. I think that's quite a significant figure, and especially important for startups where, any mistake, any, loss of a important business contact could really make or break the business, and, shows the importance of having a reliable and robust connection.
So it's probably quite surprising how small businesses have probably got the same wide internet connection as a home user, and there's no real alternative. So if that goes down, they could be really stuck.
Well, there is. That alternative would be a 3G, 4G type of connection. So you can usually you can connect via your phone or your tablet, usually to a 3G or 4G connection. But we also provide routers that provide that connectivity to a team of people. So as a backup, to your cabled connection, we can provide a failover device that maintains that connectivity. I think what I'd suggest is in the first place, make sure that your internet connectivity is provided by a company that's reliable and can provide the necessary support that you need.
Yeah, I suppose that you do often think of 3G being on your mobiles rather than actually being on a PC, but in reality, in some areas, I assume that could be faster than a normal internet connection.
Yeah, I mean, we work with some businesses that provide 3G and 4G connectivity for businesses in rural areas. So, maybe where there isn't a broadband connection. If I think back a few years, I lived in a village in the Yorkshire Dales, and I couldn't get broadband in that village. Whereas, now you definitely get 3G, 4G connectivity in that type of environment.
So what are some of the things that the British workforce take for granted when they start their working day?
So I suppose the connectivity is one of the things that they take for granted. One of the things that I always think about is sort of staff safety. And from a small business, as a startup business point of view, you need to be thinking about staff safety and security of that business. And I'm talking physical security, so surveillance. Surveillance is probably taken for granted in the UK, but again, it's vital. It's vital for small businesses. At D-Link, we provide some video surveillance solutions, even for small businesses. So solutions that can show live video on your phone, your tablet, wherever you are. And security is one of those things that's often overlooked.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, that is some of the things that you don't think of, straight away. Security, you're probably more worried about your internet connection and that you're definitely going to be connected, and then security is your second thought, probably once you've got an internet connection.
Yeah, so it's about thinking about what's important to your business. So again, from a small business point of view, probably going to be conducted on your on a smartphone or a tablet. Could be that you're using some of the new cloud-based accounting type packages, so that you can be out delivering the service or whatever it is that you provide as a startup business. Be able to invoice almost as soon as you've completed that task, so that your cash flow is keeping going. So that as a startup, cash flow is really important to keep your business going. So yeah, there's lots of things to think about from a connectivity point of view.
I was going to say we are more reliant on cloud-based, software and internet-based stuff. And the trouble is, we expect the internet to be there because, on a whole, it is fairly reliable. So when it does go down, it's sometimes a big shock, and we're not actually prepared for it, and don't even realise just how much our software programs, even though they might be on the machine, are relying on software, the internet.
Yeah, and it might. It could be not just about those cloud services. Think about interactivity with the people that you work with. So we're workforce that's kind of spread throughout the UK. So we use things like Google Hangout or Skype, for conversations. It's very rare that we're all in one place at the same time. So we don't have those kind of coffee machine moments where we'll stop for a chat and that type of thing, that daily interaction, really does help with productivity. So loss of connection really can be a big impact on that, that type of interaction, and on productivity.
So, do you have any useful contact details where perhaps our listeners can find out more?
Yeah, sure. So again, if thinking about safeguarding your business, I would suggest look at how much internet connectivity you need. So if I look at the figures again, so for the Isles of Sheppey and surrounding areas, 74% of senior decision makers admitted to having no contingency plan. Now that's higher than the rest of the UK, so 71% was the average across the rest of the UK. So I'd suggest look at the business, look at how important is internet connectivity to your business. If you decide that it is vital, then look at a backup solution. So again, 3G, 4G type of solution. Or if you're looking for more information, then by all means contact us at D-Link. So dlink.com /business. Or for more tips on Startup September, go to the website at startupseptember.co.uk.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much once again for taking the time out to talk to our listeners here at BRFM Bridge Radio on the Daniel Monday Night Community Show.
Thank you, Daniel.